let me take you through the general queries. First question was, is this a full scholarship? Yes, this is a full scholarship. Your tuition fees and all the academic fees like exam fee and library fees, registration fees, and everything, including your fooding and lodging, will be covered by this scholarship. And somebody asked, how are the students going to be selected to win this scholarship? So the test you are going to, you are preparing now, Pragati test, and that score will determine your eligibility for this scholarship. Another thing is, when are the exams? So I think most of you here already know when's the exam. It's on 25th of July. And if you are confused about the timings, you guys can find it on our Facebook page, and you also will get this timing in your invitation email or your admit card. So don't worry about that. Other thing is, are we going to be learning English only? So if this is about the class, we just finished today. We finished our English lessons, and from tomorrow we'll be going through the logical reasoning and quant sections. So if this is about the classes, then yes, definitely we'll cover all the areas. And if it is about uh, if this question is about the test, then let me make this clear to you that you can only give examination in English. So you cannot use your local language or any other language except English. So another question, heavily asked question was, how long will the results take to come out after the examination? So your examination will be on 25th of July, and within 15 to 20 days, you'll get a scorecard. You'll receive how much you scored in that test, and another week after that scorecard, you'll be informed about the scholarship this season. So by the end of the August, you all will know if you got the scholarship or not. I hope I'm clear. If you guys have any queries, you can post it on chat box. So moving on. So somebody asks, will the mock test contain the same procedure as the final examination? Yes. The mock test is designed to make you familiarize with the final test. That means you all the procedures, all the question papers, all the things will be very similar to the final examination, so that you can have idea about what the main test is going to be like. So there's no doubt that the procedure is same for the mock test and final exam. Only thing is, you will not be monitored, and in case if you are cheating on mock test, you guys will not be caught and your examination will not be cancelled. Everything except that is very similar. So moving on, will I be allowed to be helped by someone in uploading documents required during final exam? So the answer is no, because you guys have to upload your own documents, because you'll be sitting there to give the examination, and they will make sure that you are the one who is uploading the required document, and you are the one who is giving the examination. So you cannot ask any other friend of yours or anyone you know to upload the documents during the final examination. Final examination is all about you. Okay, so somebody asked, this is very important question, and we also receive lots of queries. Even in today's class, I have received, I think, 2 or 3 questions regarding this. So the question goes, most of us are using phone. How can we be helped? Some of us don't have laptops. So let me make this clear to you. If you don't have a laptop or a desktop with a working webcam, then you will not be eligible to give the test. Your scholarship application will be cancelled. You will not be allowed to give any test after that. So our recommendation is, if somebody you know, your relative, your friends, or anyone you know have a laptop, then please arrange it for one day, your test day, for 90 minutes. Or if your country has cyber cafes or internet houses where you can go and give the test, use the internet, use the desktop, do that. If not, if in your country, if you can rent a laptop or a desktop, do that. So Anusha is asking here, what are the documents required for the exam day? All the document requirement will be given in your invitation link. But let me give a brief idea. One thing required is you have to upload a valid photo document like a passport or a driving license, one authentic ID which has your photo in it, and then you have to upload your live photo through the webcam before sitting in the examination. This is all I'll be addressing for now. So somebody else asked that how about laptop without a webcam? No, you cannot use a laptop without a webcam because you are giving a test, online test, which someone from India, a monitor will be monitoring your exam if you are cheating or not. So if you don't have a webcam, this test will not be valid. Exam links will be shared in your email. You will be provided with admit card with all the information. So don't worry about that. So other things are, there are three questions, very, very simple questions. I don't know if this person who attended our last class was very new to this concept. Yeah, citizenship card will be okay, Anusha. Okay, so these are the general questions which I think all of you know. So the exam will be MCQ. They are multiple choice questions. You have to read the question and choose one correct answer from four of the options given. 1 marks for the correct answer, and there will be no deduction if you get it wrong. So another thing is, what will the exam be about? There are three areas: verbal, reasoning, logical, and quantitative aptitude, which will be tested. Uh, from this, verbal reasoning is the one which we are covering right now. This is English mostly. And another thing is logical reasoning. We'll be covering it from tomorrow. And the third one is quant, which is mathematics. And I'll be providing you all the links and necessary resources at the end of this presentation. So somebody asks, how can one prepare for it? So I would say you take the lessons, you search the internet, you practice, lots and lots of practice. uh, okay, so Isaac, I can see your question that how can we get the webcam on our laptop? So there is when you go to the market, they sell external webcams which you can buy separately and you can get it attached to your laptop. So another question I'm taking is from Bahat. So what if you fail to write the mock test? No, mock test is all your choice. Even if you don't attend the mock test, you will be eligible to write the final examination. We recommend you not to miss it because you'll have a good idea about what your final test will be like. But if you miss it, it will have no effect on your final examination. Okay, about affecting grades affecting scholarship or not, I'll get back to you in 1 minute. I have it in my slide. So there were questions about how many. So lots of you were asking about how many seats are allotted for SII scholarship from Nepal, from Liberia, from Sudan, from Rwanda. So lots of questions. We received lots of questions like this. So I am summarizing all this and taking the last question. Can you all see? The question goes like this: do they offer specific number of people from a certain country? So yes, they do offer specific number of people from specific countries. But let me make this clear to you that this number is not announced by SII. So we do not know how many applicants are there. We do not know how many seats are allocated in your particular country. But what I can show you is, let me show you the calculation. I'll give you a faint idea of how this thing works. So this is just a hypothetical number. I'm just imagining this. So for example, let's say the number of seats is 100. If the number of seats is 100, and let's imagine there are just three countries. right now. So if the number is 100 and if the number of applicants from Nepal are 7,000, from Liberia are 2,000, and from Togo is 1,000, then the total number becomes 10,000. So the percentage becomes Nepal gets 70% of the seat, Liberia gets 20% of the seat, and Togo gets 10% of the seats. So they'll have 70, 20, and 10 seats accordingly. So the more the applicants are from your country, the higher the seats allocated are. So now again, I'm taking few questions. The examination link, I don't think will be posted in SII dashboard because everyone are not eligible to give that examination, Albert. So they will be sending you the link individually in your email. So moving on to another question. Okay, the link to today's class will you can find the missed lesson on our YouTube channel. I'll be providing you the link at the end of this presentation. So somebody is asking that is a laptop with camera okay for the examination? Yes, it's completely okay. If your camera is working, there's no problem. Okay, Isaac, you have to have a camera. The webcam cannot be downloaded. You have to buy a webcam. If your laptop or desktop do not have a camera, then you have to buy it externally, and you can download the software to make that webcam work in your computer. I hope I'm clear. So are we allowed to use our phone? No, absolutely not. This is absolutely not okay. You cannot give your examination on phone. That will not be valid. No, application is not open, so don't invite more friends. They can apply to SII the next year. Yes, Chandini, rough paper is allowed. If you want to take notes, if you want to solve your math problems, then rough papers are allowed. But if they are suspicious, do not try to cheat. If they are suspicious, they might ask you to show the rough paper, and your examination might be cancelled if there is any cheating happening there. Now I'm not taking any more questions because you guys are flooding me with more and more. So let me finish with my presentation, then I'll be addressing to your questions. Thank you, Isaac. Okay, so this is second last thing. Your seats and score related queries. So how many students will take the exam this year? As I've already told, they have not mentioned how many students exactly, but as per our information and analyzing previous year's data, we think almost 25 to 30,000 students will be taking examination this year. So the total number of people getting the scholarship is between 2,000 to 2,500. And okay, somebody is asking if there is any specific score to get the scholarship for a particular course. So your course do not it is not affected by the score. So it doesn't mean that if you have a score of 70, you'll be allowed in a art subject and not engineering. No, it doesn't work like that. So for a particular course, there is no any specific score requirement. So the last very important thing is, what about passing results? So don't think that you will be passed or failed in this examination. You'll just get a score. So even if I get a score of 2 out of 90, so I'll not be failed. I'm not considered failed. But the thing is, that score might not be accepted by any university or the scholarship. So So somebody asked, what is the safe marks for 100% scholarship? So this is a very dynamic concept. I'll make this clear to you with an example again. So a same score can be both low and high. I'll give you an example. So let's say, let's take an example of score 60. So let's say one student ABC is from Madagascar, that country, and another XYZ is from Burundi. So what might happen is, from Madagascar, the applicants may be very low, and the score students are getting is all 40, 40, 40, 40. Then if one student gets 60, then he might be on the top of the scholarship list, and he will be selected from that country. And if the same 60 marks, if a student from Burundi gets it, and all other students, most of the students are getting 80, 85, 87 from his country, then he might not be eligible for the scholarship. So, am I clear? I mean, you will not be competing for this scholarship with the whole world. You'll just be competing with your fellow friends from your country. I hope I'm clear, because if me and my friends, students, all of the students who are giving the examination from the same country, if every one of them, if most of them are getting a score of 30 to 40, then even 40 score can get you a scholarship. And if most of the students were getting 85, 80, 82 from specific country, then even a score of 75 will not be helpful for you to get the scholarship. So I hope I'm clear about this. Niranjan, I see your question. I'll take your question at the end. So the last slide is there were many questions. What after selection? So somebody asked, will the scholarship or university cover flight expenses? No. The travel expenses and your visa application expenses has to be borne by you. That means neither SII or your university will cover the flight expenses. So if I am qualified, do I need extra money to live in India? If you are eligible for this scholarship, this is a full funded scholarship. All your food expenses, all your staying expenses, your hostel fee, your food fee, and all your academic fee will be covered. But if you want to go places while you are in India, if you want to do extra expenses, then that will not be covered. That will all be on your. So when will the successful students start their academic year? This will be around September of 2021. And somebody asked, so which month will be the travel? So this all depends on the COVID situation. If the India's government decides that it's still not safe for you all to travel, then for a few months you might have to study online. But right after, your government and Indian government do not have any restrictions, and you can apply for the visa, and you can travel freely. Then there will be no problem in that. You can travel in around September. So as I already said, the selected students are going to study online or on campus. This all depends on COVID. So let's see. We still have few months for this. If the situation is worse, we have to study online for a few months, and if not, we can go on campus. So the last and most important thing is, can we get 100% fee waiver if we don't get SII scholarship? So most of you might have this question. So there are 2000, around 2000 seats, 2000 to 2500 seats for full funded scholarship. This full funded scholarship is you don't have to pay almost, you don't have to pay anything. But 100% fee waiver, these are G1, G2, G3, G4 schemes. There are 20,000 of them, 20,000 seats for these types of fee waiver. But don't be fooled about this, because the 100% fee waiver is only on your tuition fees. All other expenses like your hostel fees, your library registration, exam fees will have to be covered by you yourself. So almost 3000 USD per year will have to be paid, even if you get 100% fee waiver. So you guys, I recommend you all to study really hard for this scholarship rather than waiting for 100% fee waiver. But yes, you can get 100% fee waiver, but it will be only for your tuition fees, not for other expenses. I covered the last point. The fee waiver and scholarship are different. So I request you all to take a snapshot of this slide. I have the 2 sample mock tests given by SII. The links are here. First 2 links are that, because this test will give you exact idea of what the test will be like. First one is for undergraduate, second one is for postgraduate, and the syllabus is here in the second link. Our YouTube channel, if you have missed any of our lessons, are here. The last thing is, for any other queries, I'll be replying your email. So you can email us at support@admis.com. And you can download our Admis app for endless mock tests. You can give mock tests anytime you like through our app. So I'm giving you 2 minutes to take a snapshot of this page. You can scan this QR code and download the Admis app. Okay, I hope you all have taken that. Uh, if you have any queries regarding to today's session, you guys can email us and I'll be replying. So okay, I think now I'll be ending this session for today, because there was no specific queries which I didn't cover. The average score and the safe score, it cannot be determined. So thank you so much, everyone, for staying for this session. I hope you all had your query resolved. Thank you so much.